So far, the study has been ascent and descent, both in vertical context as well as horizontal context. And we've covered a full display of the augmented triad in its 7 common groups, as well as the diminished form in its 5 common groups. We then did alterations on the augmented triads that formulated pure major triads and their relative minor triads. The diminished form does the same thing in terms of alterations of the triads, of the cluster itself. In other words, if I have a diminished chord here, one of the 5, here's the 5 one more time in a brief reminder. If I take this one just for simplicity, and I lower any tone in this, like I did with the augmented triad that produced a major. In the case of the diminished form, instead of the augmented, what's produced is the root of a dominant 7th. We have an E diminished. If I lower the E, I have an E flat 7th, automatically. If I were to lower the second tone in the stack, the B flat to an A, I have an A 7th. If I were to lower the third in the stack, C sharp to C, it's now a C 7th. If I were to lower the fourth in the stack, it's now a G flat 7th. So there's 4 dominant 7th chords in each of the diminished parental forms. Therefore, here they are. E flat, A 7th, E flat 7th, A 7th, C 7th, G flat 7th. That's vertical. If I take these same forms, there are 4 forms. Actually, there are 2 types of forms as fingerings are concerned. There's one shape that has all 4 fingers and another shape that is barred. There are 2 4-fingered shapes, E flat 7th and C 7th. There are 2 barred figures. One is A 7th and the other is G flat 7th. That's vertically. Horizontally, as you saw vertically, 4 dominant 7th forms. E flat, A, C, and G flat. The same fingerings horizontally on the guitar produced this phenomenon. Here's C 7th, one of the 4-fingered forms. Its second inversion, one of the bar forms. Its third inversion, one of the bar forms. And its fourth inversion, the second 4-finger forms. So we have 4 fingers here and here, barred forms here and there. That's divided the entire fingerboard for the inversion of that particular dominant chord, C 7th, like this. If I were to do that same thing to the A 7th, the barred form would be there, the bar form is here, the 4 fingers are here, and the same 4 fingers are here. It used to be C 7th here, but remember that's transposing into every key. So here's 4 inversions of C 7th. 4 inversions of, let's start with the E flat 7th. Here are 4 inversions of E flat 7th. Here are 4 inversions of A 7th. Here are 4 inversions of C 7th. Here are 4 inversions of G flat 7th. These are horizontal on that cusp, and here are the vertical of the 4 key centers, E flat, A, C, and G flat. That's 1/2 of the explosive nature of alteration. We went from the diminished parental form, and the first set of siblings became dominant 7th chords. Keep in mind that there were 4 in the first row, the first vertical row, That means they're 4 in the next. And 4 in the next. Before we get the second inversion of the first, which gave us this, or this, or this, or this.